Man, I finally got that little heavy bastard out of there. That little thing's heavy altogether. I put it in there before, but I forget how a pain it probably was to get in there or get out. But we got it out. I'm going to separate it, take it apart, and I'm going to fix that part that goes right through there. I call it a squash plate that moves back and forward and pushes them pistons to go forward, pushes the piston to go backward. Well, that plate, it'll twist a long ways this way, but going backwards only do a little bit. Forward a long way, back. But I'm going to fix that plate where it go back further. It's going back up a little further. It won't back up wide open because I'm only limited how much my my pedal will move, and I'm limited to how much this slot here. This slot here, I'm probably gonna have to mill this. I think reverses this way. I'm gonna mill it on down further, so this will back up, so it'll go a little bit further. That's my plan. So I'm trying to get a little more speed out of it backing up. I mean, I don't want to back up real fast, but it's a little bit too slow for me. I was watching a YouTube video one day, and this guy was saying that he wondered what that shaft was on the back of the hydrostat. You know, your drive shaft goes here, and here's your hydrostat shaft. He was thinking that was some kind of PTO hookup. You probably can use that for a PTO hookup, but I wouldn't advise you because you don't have much of a shaft in between there, and you break that shaft in the hydrostat, you're gonna be down. But what this is made for, this hydrostat also fits a lot of the John Deere's. I always want to call this other tractor Aries, but it ain't an Aries. Start with an A. Matter of fact, this is what this front section come out of. Didn't come out of a Cub Cadet, it come out of like an Aries. But they had a fan. When I got this thing, there was a fan on the back of it, and that's what it was used for. Cub Cadet used a fan in the front, and I believe John Deere used a fan in the front, but that Aries, it's not Aries, but anyway, that machine uses a fan on the back, and it was hooked onto that. So you might can use that, but your battery box is in the way. You have to do something with your battery box and that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't advise you for PTO, because you know, if you was to be mowing with it and you hit something real solid and it stops that blade from turning, you're liable to snap that shaft in there. So I would not advise nobody to use that for PTO. Maybe only, you know what would be nice you can do with it is to come out here and have another pump on the back of it to run some hydraulics, extra hydraulic. That would be very nice, but you still have to move your battery box. There's no room up under there. My seat pan is up. You see how that crack is right there? Well, normally seat pans set down on that, but mine's this one's raised up. If you look up, I don't know if you can see it, but you see that piece right there? That's where I raised it up about an inch, and there just ain't no room. There's your battery box right there, and so my shaft on my hydrostat, I can see the bottom of it. It goes right through there. So if it was the original, it'd be down a ½ inch long with this battery box. So you have to raise this seat pan up at least about an inch or 2 inches, probably 2 inches, where you get some clearance. Then you can probably use it for putting a PTO on that thing. You know, a couple of years ago when I built this tractor, this part here was cut off, and they had a bolt welded on top of it, which making it work. So I got a picture of one of these things from the internet. I couldn't find one of these things here, so I got a picture, and I come to the conclusion, and I weld that end on there, and I put this mark on it. I don't like it, but why I've been had this thing going, I found this plate here on it, bought it off of eBay, all these pieces here. But just got some wear there. See that wear right there? That don't look like much, but it can make a lot of difference in your speed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to press this piece out on the back here. I'm going to press it out. I'm going to press it back in there, and I'm going to, well, it don't press in, it's kind of welded in there, like a fuse weld. But I'm going to press it out, then I'm going to tack weld the back side back in there. But I'm going to turn this piece, reason I'm going to take it out, I'm going to turn this piece, see where that slot is? I want to turn this piece half a turn, and that way it'll wear on a new slot. Then I'm going to put this on. It looks like it lines up, but it don't. It's off. If I line it there and you look back here in the back, you can see they're not lined up. So that means I have to readjust my whole pedal and all that, but I don't care. So we're going to take this piece off, swap it with this one, and press this one out, twist it back, and re-weld it so I have a new place to ride on. And this part right here, this is your forward. All this long distance is your forward, and this is only your reverse. I'm going to take it milling machine, I'm going to mill this back as far as I can. If I have to weld a little hump on it there. And I'm going to do something inside this transmission to get it to back up further. So I need this part here to go back further to back up. And now I need the part in the transmission to go back further. Make sure that you have a 12-point socket to put over this pin here when you press it. You see how it fits over it? Do not use a 6-point. 6-point will not fit over it. Now you put it on, you're just going to drive that thing inside that socket. You're going to beat it out. So just go ahead and use a 12-point. And set that joke up in there. Let me put this plate in there. Put your little short bolt, whatever you want to do. You got to have something that fit in that hole in the middle. So we'll set that there. And we'll give her a whack off and see what happens here. Come on. Tighten up. Alright, let's see if it's going to press it out. I don't know if it's going to. I pressed one out in my other tractor a couple of years ago. It pressed out real easy, but I had another one I did for somebody else. It real hard to press out. So let's see how hard this one is. You actually got to break the wheel on it. There she goes. It went out. See how that joker was welding all around there? Get that bolt out. See how that joker welded in there? I got to find another piece now. I lost it somewhere. I got to find it. I went looking for it and couldn't find it. It was just down in the socket, down there like that. But see, that joker was welded pretty good. But I put a mark. Hope I can see my mark. Man, I think I can. I got to be able to twist this thing in a different position. See, there's my mark there. Let's see. I think that's my mark right there. So, if that's the case, I don't even remember. Dadgummit. if that's the case, I'm going to have to turn this thing like this and weld it in there. And we'll press it down there tight as I can, then weld it in there. I turned that pin around different angle from a mark. I turned it half a turn. Now it won't be wearing in the same place. Now I'm pressing it back in there. Then I'm going to weld it. Make sure it's in there good and tight. All the way. Now we'll just weld the back side of it. Alright, now this location used to be on the top right here. Now it's on the side, so I'll be wearing on a brand new place. I done that when I pressed it out. See that little place right there? So I'll be on a be on a brand new place when I get back. Now I'll weld it back on the back side. Just tack it good on one side and tack it the other side. You don't have to do much. You ain't got to weld the crap out of it. Just well enough to hold it. These bolts right now, these two top ones are 3/8, and you have to use a 12 point on these two here. But once you get all these bolts out around the edge, the pump, that's as far as it's going to come apart. You can't get it apart until you take these two bolts out and you take this top of this pump off. I'll show you the pin you got to knock out. Once you get that off, you can take this top off. But you can prise all day long. It don't come no further than that. So just remember, this pump got to come off. This pump is different. If you want to mark it there at the top, whatever. Now I went ahead and took these two bolts loose. But I usually hit this with a rubber mallet. This pump. Break it loose before you take the bolts out of it. That way you don't hit it and don't spin the pump around and hit that and mess up the threads on the JIC fittings here. But you just take these out. Make sure your shaft is clean so it come off. And this will come straight off if there ain't no burrs there. I might have to sand it. There we go. There we go. But if you want to mark it, a lot of people like to mark their stuff. You just pull off your part of your pump here. Pull off this gear. You got to push back down on this and get that pin out. The pin. We get a pair of pliers. Just give you a close up of that pin. See, that pin goes 50-50 with this gear. So I got to push down on this pump in order to get that out, because the spring loaded is hitting that pin right now. Just push down on it, pull the pin out, and the top's ready to come off. Well, get these bolts out. Take notes of these bolts are longer or shorter in each hole. So if you want to mark them, get a maggot mark and go 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 go around with it. However you want to do it. That's up to you. But I wouldn't mark them the way I'll be playing around trying to find a short one going long, long going a short hole, whatever. This should come off now. There she goes.